It's Connie from Connie Loves Disney, and happy Pin Me Up Wednesday. Pin Me Up Wednesday, this was started by the besties. They people in the Disney community go and show our pins. It's a great way for us all to show our pins, pin mail, and everything. And so I have a ton of pin mail here. So we have a big basket full of pin mail that we're going to go through. Probably going to break this into 2 videos at least. I'm really far behind on this, but I have a bunch of trades and maybe some purchases and everything. Honestly, I can't remember. We're just going to get started and get as far as we can today. If you want to see more pin content, just put in the hashtag PinMeUpWednesday, and the list of other channels will come up. This was started by 4 lovely ladies. This is started by Shay at Disfly Life, Devaney at Disney and Devaney, De'Ara from De'Ara's Lounge, and Stephanie from Eternal Creed. So please check out all their channels. But let's go ahead and get started. So we're just going to grab the first one we see here. So our first one is this one right here. And this one was actually from a live sale. And I think I mentioned her before, Pins and More. She does like fantasy pins and different pins. And I did a live sale and I got a little thing here. Oh, look, I got a cute little, looks like a little butterfly pin. Little gift I got for my purchase. But I just thought this one was so cute. And it's a little mixed mashup. And I got a really good price on it and everything. It's a limited edition of 40. And I think I paid like maybe $15 for it. I think that's what it says in the back here. And Sandra, you're going to love this. It's Sandra, my friend Sandra from Creatively Sandra. She loves Zootopia. And when I saw this one, I just thought it was so cute. Look, it's Belle meeting the Zootopia characters. How cute is that? That is adorable right there. All of these on my pin board and show you guys at the end. But I just thought this was so cute. You guys can see it right there. If it's coming out, yeah, it should be coming out there. There's Belle meeting the 2 Zootopia characters right there. How cute is that? That is adorable. So I have a huge pin board right here. So we're going to add it to the pin board. You guys can see it. Here you guys. And then I will show it all at the end right here. So we're just going to keep on going. But it is a cute one. I think Sandra would love that one. So let's go to the next one. And we have one right here. And this one is from one of my Facebook groups that I did a pin trade with. And we've got Belle right here. And this is from Kaylin from North Carolina. So we're going to open this up here. She had wanted, so I had to get a few more that I didn't have just to build up the amount. But I did get this one, and this one is a Artland pin. It's a little Artland pin, but I just thought it was cute because it did have the certificate of authenticity right there. If you guys can see, it is an Artland pin. I've never seen one this small, but I just thought it was really cute and everything. And like I said, I was trying to make the value that I needed and everything for our pin trade, and I picked this one. So I thought that was really cool right there. And it's Belle, so of course we're going to keep it. And then you see pink, there's pink, so you know that it is a pink a la mode pin that I traded for. And like I said, I've been on the hunt for those and everything. And here it is right there. It's this one right here. That is so cool. I traded for this one here. This is it right there. You guys can see. That is such a cool pin. It is a limited edition or special edition from Palm and everything. And I did not have my friend Sarah asked to get it because I thought I would be able to trade for it. And I was able to trade for it. There it is right there. Awesome pin right there. So we will add these 2 to our board. Okay, so the next one is also a pin trade from one of the Facebook groups. And this is from Lindsay. And Lindsay lives in Florida. So it's right here. And of course, more pink. So you know what that means. More pink a la mode pins. Belle pink a la mode pins. So here's another one. This one is this one. Look at that. Cool. Look at this. This is a stunning pin. Another Palm special edition pin right there. You guys can see it all right there. That is just a stunning pin. Another one that I did not pick up when it dropped and everything. So I wanted to try to trade for it, or maybe it was before I was doing a lot of pin collecting again, because for a while there I had stopped collecting pins, and so I'm playing catch up on a few things. But That is beautiful. Look at that. That is a beautiful pin right there. And we did an awesome trade. So thank you, Allison, for this. This is awesome. We'll put this one on the board. The next one is also from a Facebook group, and this is from my friend Winter. We've done trades before and everything. And she is over in Kentucky. And she also collects Bell and everything. But I was able to get her to part with some Bell pins. And she sent me, this is her information right there. She sent this really pretty card right there. One of the Topps baseball cards. That is a pretty card. Look at that. Wow. And we have a couple, I think we have a couple pins that we did a trade for. Okay, so the first one I traded for her was this puzzle piece. Now this is a Palm puzzle piece. This is that final scene. I did not get any of these when they first dropped. I don't know why. I guess I just wasn't. I don't really like to do mystery boxes. That's probably why, to be honest with you. So I started trading for this, and hopefully by the end of this video next, you will see I was able to trade for every single one of these, and I have the complete set. So this is one of the ones right here for that set that she had, and I was able to trade with her for it. And then we've got more pink here, so you know what that means, more Palm pins. And I was able to get this one from Winter. This is awesome. Look at this Bell Palm pin right there. This one is kind of similar to that one that we saw, you guys saw you've seen before, that slides. This one doesn't slide, but this is an awesome pin. Look at that. That is so cool right there. Very cool. So this is the one that has Gaston. So I think that's kind of like in the middle somewhere. So we'll kind of put it on our board here, maybe in the middle, right down here. And then we will, as we open up packages, we will try to complete that one. So we'll put that there, and we'll just keep on going. As I said, I want to try to get through these as many as we can today. Okay, here's our next one right here. And this is from my friend Diane, and I think this is more of a pickup. I'm not sure. If you saw the last video for my birthday, she gave me she gave me a really beautiful pin for my birthday, but I think this was a pickup that I asked her to do. She is always at Walt Disney World. Her daughter's at Walt Disney World, and they're able to do the pin drop Tuesday. And a pin dropped, and she was nice enough to get it for me. Because when I had been waiting for this, I didn't collect the series, but I was waiting for this one, particular from the series, and it is the Dining with Disney. So you guys know which one it is, I'm sure. It is the Be Our Guest one. And she was able to get me, not one, not two, but I have 3 of them. So of course, one is staying with me, and 2 of these will be up for trade, and I will put them in my traders. But this is the Be Our Guest one. This is like the last one, I think, for the Dining with Disney set. And that was the only one that I wanted, and that was this one. So, and she was sweet enough to get them for me, and her daughters. It was amazing. Thank you. And then I think I asked for this too, but as a trader. So this is from the Lunar New Year, and I'm just going to use this as a trader. So if you're interested in any of these 3, let me know and everything, and we'll see if we can do a trade for those. But thank you, Diane, for those. I love it. I love this. Be Our Guest. This is so cool. I love the backer card because it looks like an old one people would write on to take your orders and everything. But this is such a cool pin right there. So yes, this will definitely be going on my kind of like Be Our Guest board that I have in there and everything, and this will go perfectly with that. Or maybe I'll just keep another one and you save it as for my Walt Disney World board. I haven't decided, but there'll be at least one available for trade. So thank you, Diane, for that. I truly appreciate that. So we'll put those on the board too. Okay, so our next one is from my good friend De'Ara from De'Ara's Lounge, and we did a pin trade and everything, and she sent me an envelope here, and look how cute. She sent me a whole bunch of Stitch stickers. Look at that. Oh, Stitch is going to love that. He's going to put stickers all over the room. Goodness, I better keep this away from him because he'll want to put stickers all over the walls. But this is so cute. And she sent me a little pen. This is cute. A little the little Duffy and Friends pen. I can always use an extra pen. Thank you. And some more stuff. Like I said, it's been here for a while. Look, there's a Santa. That's just to tell you how long this stuff's been sitting. It's a Santa. Oh, and a little clip here. That is so cute. Look at a blingy clip right there. That's very cute. And this is De'Ara. So if you check out De'Ara right there, reach out. You can find her on Instagram and TikTok. Here's all her socials and all her stuff right there. And her YouTube channel is amazing. She does pin unboxing. She does lounge flies. She does pins. She goes takes you shopping. She's always finding like Stoney everywhere and stuff at Marshall's and all those. And then she sent me this. Oh my God! I love this card. Look, it's a Belle with Philippe. It says, "Hello, bestie. Thank you for the amazing trade. Hope this helps toward completing your set. P.S. The strap is a card holder." Here. Oh, very cool. Yes. Okay. So this is a card holder. Awesome. Like a lanyard or something holder. Very cool. Thank you. Thank you so much, dear. I appreciate that. And thank you for the trade. So like I said, she had a couple pins and I had seen that she had posted, and I reached out to her and said, "Hey girl, do you still have them?" And she had a couple left. So she was able to help me out with the sets that I'm trying to complete here. First one that I was able to get is this one. I didn't want to do this whole set, and this is I think it's a box lunch set or something, but this is really cool right there. She had an extra one of these, so I was able to trade for. I just wanted Belle out of the set, but that is really pretty there. It's a really cool pin and stuff. I know this. I'm glad that I going to this mail, because I think I was actually going to do a trade for this one recently, and it kind of fell through, but that's good because I don't need it because I have this one from De'Ara. Right there, such a cool pin, so I will add that to the board. And she had a piece to the puzzle right there. So that's one of the pieces that I needed for the puzzle, so we're going to add that. I think this is the first one because of the edge right here. So we're going to add this to our puzzle. So thank you, De'Ara, again for the trade, and please check out De'Ara's channel. She has an amazing channel with lots of goodies and everything that I mentioned earlier. And then we're off to our next one. And this is from my friend Kim. She also lives by Walt Disney World, and she's helped me many times get pins and things from Walt Disney World. And I think this is just the stuff that she picked up for me at one of the pin drops and everything. So let me check this out here. Yes, they are. These are from. There's a set of these that Disneyland has and Walt Disney World has. And this one is the annual pass holder version of this. Is like the Mickey one with the park on here, park icons. So I asked her to pick up 2 of these for me, and these will be traders. I'm not collecting the set because I do have the ones for Disneyland, the Donald ones, and those are in my trade books. But these 2 will also be up for trade. These are the Mickey ones right there. So I will put those in. And then because she sent me this one, she sent me the Chippendales, like Play in the Park series. That's what I'm calling it. Kind of blurry there. You guys can see it there. Hopefully it's not, yeah, it should be clear for you guys. She sent me this one. So she sent me that, so that kind of set us, Stitch and I, on our way to do this one. So we've been waiting for this, and we'll add this to our set. That's in the other room of the park sets that we're working on. So she sent me that one, and then I think, oh, there's one more in the bag here. Trade. Oh yeah, she sent me this one. And this is like this is a chase, I believe, for Walt Disney World. And it's the Sorcerer Mickey one. This one I'm not keeping either because I'm not doing that set. But this one will be up for trade too. If somebody needs this one, let me know because I don't need this. But she needed a couple of ones some of that I had, and we did a trade for it. And she had that one, and she was willing to trade for it for what I had. So I can always, like I said, they're all for traders. So everything in this bag is up for trade except for that Chippendale. So thank you, Kim, for your help in getting these items, and for always willing to help me if you can for the Tuesday pin drops at Walt Disney World. She also was great at helping us when we had to get all those Wave B bags when they first came out. When we had to get like hundreds of them. She was so helpful in helping us get them. So thank you, Kim, for that. So we're just going to keep moving along here. And my next one is Another pin trade that I did on Facebook group here. I'm gonna open this up here. I didn't cut that one open. So here we go. Envelope even. Okay, it's inside an envelope. And it says here, thank you, right there. Very nice. It's a little bit older pin. I haven't seen this one. Maybe not too old, but I think there was a series of the horses that were done, and I was able to trade this. It's Philippe. You guys know I love Philippe right there, and look at that one. I thought that was so cool and everything, and I saw this in the Facebook groups, and I just knew I had to get him, and we were able to do a trade. But that is such a cool pin. That is Philippe. That is awesome. So that is going to be one is staying in my collection. We'll turn the camera around and give you guys a little bit better view of all of them. But that was another pin trade that we did. So we have a few more, so we're going to keep going. This one is from Mara. This is from Mara from Ohio, and we did a pin trade also in the pin trading group. She sent me another pin, so I got another pin. Thank you. Oh, a couple pins. Very cool. Always can use pins. And then you should even put them in a little box here. That's very cool. That's a good idea to keep them safe and everything. Okay, so like I said, we did a pin trade, and I got this bell right here. It's like a little cameo profile pin. I think it's probably either, must be probably a Loungefly one. Right there, I got that one. And then from this set, I picked up this one here. And this one's really cool because the bow's like kind of 3D, kind of squishy. And it's for Belle right there. And I think this is part of a set also. That was a Loungefly set. But I only wanted Belle, so I didn't want to do the whole box, try for the whole set. So I was able to trade for these two. So thank you so much for the trade. I really appreciate this. So we'll add these to the board also. Okay, so the next one is actually from my friend Giselle, who's also has a channel called Living on the Fly, and she's also on Instagram, I believe, and I'm not sure if she's on TikTok. But we did a pin trade, and she sent me a note, says, thank you for the trade. You're an awesome pin pal, Giselle Living on the Fly. Well, thank you, Giselle. I appreciate that. We had, I had seen some pins that she had shown on her channel, and I reached out to her and said, oh, is that up for trade? And we were able to come to a trade. So she sent it, and I sent her hers. And here we go. And here's all her information right there. You guys can see right there. And then she does an Enchanted Tiki chat room the first Sunday of every month and everything. And I'm actually on that. And so that's the information right there. And she sent me some stickers. She sent me Belle, of course. And more Belle right there. Very cool. Recently, she had went on one of the Disney cruise ships, and she showed this pin that she picked up there, and that's when I reached out to her. And I didn't know that they had Princess Cruise pins. And when she showed this one, I knew I had to ask her if she had an extra one, and she did, and we were able to do a trade. But look at that. That is so cool. It's from the cruise ship and everything. It's like the Royal Table, it says. It says Royal Palace. Right there, it's Royal Palace. But that is cool. That is from the cruise ship and everything. One of the cruise ships you went on. I don't know if it's the Magic or the Wish or which one it is. But that is really cool. And we were able to get a trade, and I got that one. So that's very cool. So thank you, Giselle, very much for the trade. I really appreciate it. That's so sweet of you. And like I said, check out her channel, Living on the Fly. She does pins, pin trades. She goes to pin trading events, Loungeflies, mystery boxes. Her and Randy, they do an amazing job. They're so funny and everything. And we're just become really great friends. And I really appreciate your friendship. And thank you so much for the trade. So we have a couple more left for this one right here from the Facebook groups that I traded for and everything and was able to get. And so it's right here. So we're gonna open this one up. This is another part of that set right there, and this is the part with Lumiere, like the Be Our Guest part. So I was able to get this one also to the Facebook group, so we're going to add this one to the puzzle right there. Okay, so the next one is also from a Facebook trading group, and it is the last piece to that. It's the end piece. I shouldn't say the last piece we're going to show you, but it is the end piece to that puzzle piece, and I was able, this one was hard to find. I was ready, I was gonna buy this one because this was like actually ironically the last one I needed to complete the whole puzzle. And I had been looking on Mercari, on eBay, couldn't find it. Then lo and behold, one evening I happened to go on Facebook and boom, there it was. And we were able to come to a trade and everything. And it was just, I was so happy that I finally was able to complete it. So I'm gonna add this one to the board also. And it was this one right here. And this is so cool, look at this, it has all of them. Because at first I think I wasn't going to make a board with just all the princesses, I was just going to do Belle. But now I have a board, obviously, that has Belle with all the princesses and stuff like that, like these cluster pins. And this one is so cool because she's there with Tiana and she's reading to her. And you can see a bunch of them, bunch of the princesses in this one. And this is another special edition. And this is such a cool pin. It's like 3 prongs. This is a huge pin. And I was able to trade for this one also. So that is so cool. So that is amazing. So I'm going to put the rest of these on the board and show you guys and turn the camera around, and then we'll end the video. So I'll be right back. Okay, so here are our pins for today. This was this beautiful Belle right here. There's a pin trade, another pin trade. These are pin trades. This one, we purchased this one. Pin trade. Diane, thank you so much for these. At least 1 or 2 will be up for trade. If you're interested, let me know. This one is up for trade. This is a keeper right there. These 2 right here. We got these awesome pins in a trade. This one we got on a Facebook trade. This is from our friend Kim. We're trading that one. This iconic one is up for trade. This stunning one I got in a trade. That one's staying with us. Thank you, Giselle, for this one. Thank you, Kim, for picking up these 2 iconic ones. These are up for trade. And this is our puzzle set so far. We should have it all done soon. I've got more mail to go through. But this is all our pins for today. Very cool. Let me know which one was your favorite pin for today. And we will see you guys very soon in the next one. Bye-bye.